Welcome back. Now, with the Taliban back in power, women are one of the groups most threatened. During the militants' rule between 1996 and 2001, women and girls were not allowed to go to school nor work. Well, dozens were stoned to death or even killed by car bombs. And the US-based Thunderbird School of Global Management later began supporting Afghan women's economic empowerment through a program called Project Artemis. I'm now joined by the school CEO and Dean, Dr. Sanjeev. Khagram. Thank you for your time, Doc, and good morning from this side. Let's talk about your reaction, first of all, to what's currently happening in Afghanistan, obviously impacting and affecting women there.
Well, Tumelo, thank you so much for having me, and we hope that everyone is as healthy, as safe as possible. For us, we consider this at this point to be a humanitarian tragedy. Obviously, there continue to be thousands and thousands and thousands of Afghans who are trying to leave the country, certainly women, but also men and their families. So the entire situation continues to be incredibly worrisome, and the future is bleak, I think, because the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior, and until the Taliban really shows us that they have changed their stripes, we have to fear the worst.
Yeah, and you have been doing amazing work, with women in Afghanistan. Take me through some of the work that you've done.
So in 2005, we began to work with a program called Project Artemis. Over the years, I'm a refugee from Idi Amin's Uganda, and for us, it was really critical to support Afghan women who were a critical part of the transformation of the country, over the years. And it was actually First Lady Laura Bush, through the U.S. Women's Afghan Council, to start the program. And it was to train and empower women leaders and entrepreneurs across the country. We trained 86 women at first, and then we were part of a program called the 10,000 Women's Initiative by Goldman Sachs, which we trained hundreds of more. They then mentored others, created businesses, became government leaders, nonprofit leaders, and really were beginning to transform the country, Tumelo.
And with that being said, I had a similar conversation with South Africa's Minister of Department of International Relations and Cooperation about the global call, I suppose, that even yourself could be making at this point to protect women's, first of all, human right, to life, but also in supporting them economically. What would that call be, and who would you be making that call to at this time to support Afghan women?
Well, we have to go straight to the source. We have to make the call to the Taliban. They have seized control. They are going to be the government in power. It is imperative that the foreign, all of the international community, and particularly the United States, Europe, governments around the world put pressure on the Taliban government that's coming into power not to revert to the history of what they did in the past, as you nicely put in your opening segment. It will be also critical for the United Nations. There is now pressure on them through the human rights community to have human rights investigations and ombudsperson reports. Right. That's going to be absolutely essential as well to Mel.
All right, well, we'll have to leave it there. But thank you so much for raising your voice and speaking to us this morning. Dr. Sanjeev Khagram, CEO of the Thunderbird School of Global Management.